Hello, my beautiful friends. If you're new here, or if you're returning, hi. Good to see you again. My name is Sienna Noelle, and I like to talk about life, bruh. I like to talk about life. That's it. Just take a deep breath really quick with me, will you? I keep forgetting that I genuinely want to get to know you guys. I keep forgetting that this to me is about the online community and genuine support that can come through social spaces online versus other things that it can be. I consistently come to this crossroads in my life of wanting to share my experience with you guys and just completely wanting to be experiencing my experience, which is fair. And I think the lesson that I really have to implement into my life is just understanding that I'm that type of person, that we're all that type of person. There are times in life where we're much more internally focused. And then there are times where we want to express, we want to share everything that we learn during that time of internal focus. Like the earth has its own cycle like that. Winter, spring, summer, fall, the whole thing. And we all have our own internal version of that. Amongst the greater cycle that is the seasons, I experience that in micro cycles along with it, because I have created this reality for myself of sharing my existence online for many reasons. Like there are many reasons why I've started doing this, why I've started expressing myself to strangers and try and form relationships through the screen, through that, building a community, right? And part of that battle is because of the multitude of intentions that go into this process, right? So the one that I struggle with the most is the ability to use an online community to leverage income. And yes, I understand that there is this whole thing of like, no, everybody's got to make their bag. You got to do what you got to do to make money, right? To make a living, to sustain yourself in this capitalistic society that we live in. And then there are the other intentions, again, of wanting to build a genuine community. I have made so many incredible friends through the internet. Like some of the most important and pivotal people that I've met in the last year have come through Instagram, have come through this community that I'm trying to build online. And then there's also just the aspect of it being fun, a fun place to express myself, to make silly little things and to sit down and have some more real conversations like this, or to share art or whatever it is, right? I would say those are the three main pinpoints of intention with expressing my experience online. And the one that I've struggled with, like I said, the most is leveraging that community for income. And part of that is, of course, going to be tied up in self-worth stuff, because that just has to do with leveraging an income period or making, a good living for yourself period. It's always going to reflect to a degree the level of value you feel within yourself. So there's that. But also, I think there's just, because of that hustle mindset, it's not the right motivational place for me to share my experience online. It's not the reasoning that resonates most with me. And I think because I have been in this place of trying to build a career, I'm in my 20s, right? And trying to make a living for myself, since that has been such an important thing on my mind, it was just made sense that this was going to be the way that I was going to do it, right? This was the play that made the most sense for me, So I don't have a college degree. I don't have any extensive formal training except for acting. And even that, I didn't dive into acting with all the passion that I had, because even when I was doing it, it didn't captivate all the passion that I had. It didn't. It was fun and it was enjoyable, and there was part of it that was easy because my family is in the film business. And I got a lot of validation when I was younger for my capabilities in acting. But then that puts me in this place where I'm no longer pursuing that, because I really do not like the current film industry, and I don't want to have to deal with the hurdles and the politics and the things that go into it, when, again, the business and political aspect of things is the part that interests me the least, that captivates my passion the least. And so I'm not going to try and go give all of my life energy to an industry that requires that to express and to enjoy the art form. And then I traded it for this really other amazing option that I didn't even know would be an option in terms of being able to inspire people and express myself and, make people smile and laugh. That's something I've always loved doing, and that's something I knew I always wanted to do with whatever work I wind up doing, and help other people feel inspired and live a more joyous life, because I feel like I have been blessed in this lifetime for some reason with an innate perspective that really allows me to find and extract so much joy from my experience, even when it's painful, even when I feel like I'm in the depths of hell experiencing these emotions that are like ripping me to shreds internally. Regardless, my point is, when I was younger, the things I wanted out of acting at the core are things that I can fulfill through so many other avenues, and I've been blessed with this opportunity and blessed with this perspective and blessed with the ability to share it on a mass scale with people and really witness where other people are going through the same thing. I want to help people feel like they're not so alone by sharing my experience, and in return, I feel less alone as well in my existence. And just knowing that collectively we're all going through our own versions of the same shit. We're not that different. I don't even know where I was going with this, but I've been blessed with this opportunity, and I want to utilize it more, and I want to utilize it from the places of intention that resonate with me the most. When you're a person who requires time to build relationships with people and get to certain points of vulnerability, it feels very strange to sit down and tap into those vulnerabilities that I experience by myself and share them with an audience of people, most of whom I've never actually met in person, is a very tricky hurdle for me to jump over sometimes. This exchange I had a couple weeks ago that made me really think about it was, I went to go visit my family in Vancouver, Canada, and I was staying with my sister. And she had a clothing swap with a bunch of her girlfriends, whom all of them I was meeting for the first time. So I didn't know any of these women. And this one woman I start chatting with a little bit more. She, sharing certain things with me about her life, and we have some chit chats here and there. And then by the end of the day, she's like, "Oh yeah, I follow you." And I was like, "Oh, no way, like I didn't know that," which makes sense because she's my sister's friend, right? But then she was like, "Oh yeah, I know, I saw that you did this, and I know you had a boyfriend and this, and yeah. And I was like, I know that I put that stuff out online, but I just put that stuff out online? Not that I have anything to hide, but it's very strange because I'm meeting this person whom I know nothing about. They are a stranger to me. And I feel much more familiar to them because of the things that I have just put out there for people to know about me. And there's nothing wrong with it. And there is a desire to do that as well. Sometimes it's just a complex reality to live in. That's all. And I'm still learning how to navigate those complexities. And again, really get down to the heart of the intentions in my purpose in doing this. My greatest goal in life probably, if I had to pick one, is to make as many moves as consciously possible in my life from the frequency of love. Genuine love as I understand it to be. Not love that you project onto somebody else because you want something from them. Not love that is born of a place of lack or selfishness, but love as the thing that accepts all that is. Love that is the thing that wants the best foreseeable outcome for all things involved in any given moment. And that's not to say that I always know what's best for everything involved, but of the things that I can see, of the possibilities and potentials and outcomes that I can foresee that are affected by my actions, that's when I get to choose about moving from love. I'm a multi-passionate person. I always have been, and it's been really difficult for me to harness all my focus and passion into one thing for an extended amount of time because I'm also so curious. And I want to try everything. And so I think I have to accept the fact that I'm still sort of in that phase of my life, which is okay. I'd rather be doing that in my 20s. In fact, I'm extremely grateful that I have the opportunity to do that in my 20s because most people don't. And you guys are a part of the reason that I get to do that. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of you, genuinely, for that reason. My presence is going to wax and wane. That's just something that I have to accept. That's just a part of how I exist, and I think that's okay. Also, again, embracing the internal time that I'm in, that we're all in. It's winter. To close things out, a really pivotal thing that has happened to me recently is doing these emotional support calls, doing these calls with people and just being there for them and helping them walk through their journey, helping people pull answers to their own questions out of themselves, because I truly believe that we all know what's best for us in each moment, and it's just not always easy to see clearly, nor is it easy to make a decision, especially when it comes to big life decisions or answering bigger life's questions. And getting to connect with people one-on-one and seeing the value that it brings both of us has been really huge in my life recently. I am currently in a certain professional certification process to help structure my practice more and give it more of a framework, because this has been something I've enjoyed doing my whole life. From the time I was a child, have enjoyed the process of, helping people walk through difficult things in their life, specifically difficult things surrounding relationships, and romantic relationships. That seems to be an area of specialization for me, I suppose, just in the natural perspective that I have. Those are the intentions, is to ground in a more structured framework for this practice to continue on, because I really enjoy it and I'm really excited about that. Also, something I'm really excited about right now is I am going to a 10-day silent Vipassana meditation retreat. With that, if you want to book a call with me after the retreat, you can. My link will be down below. If you want to follow me on Instagram and just see the silly shit I've been posting, same thing, link will be down below. Yeah. Cheers. Love you guys. Ow, my tooth. That's what happens when you try and be smooth. That's what happens when you try and be smooth. Love you.